Hello, shooters. My name is James Toll, and you're watching Trigger Sports TV. We are here at Raton, New Mexico at the NRA Whittington Center, and we are here to bring to you the 10th annual Rocky Mountain 3-gun event. If you have not been to the Whittington Center, this needs to be on your bucket list. If you own a pistol, a rifle, or a shotgun, and you're anywhere in the area, come by the Whittington Center. I'm here with John Paul of JP Enterprises. He is the sponsor of the 10th annual Rocky Mountain 3-gun. And tell us what is special about this year.
Well, this match has a long history, and we've been involved with this the entire time where it evolved from the Soldier Fortune World Championship. Mm-hmm. And at the 10th year here, we have a number of people, about 25 people, I think, roughly, that have been at the match all 10 of those years. Oh, really? So we had a special coin made up and presented those people this 10th-year veteran coin, and they all really appreciated that. And also, it happened to be the 10th-year anniversary of our CTR-02 rifle. So we made 10 of those, and we're actually having one raffled off here with the proceeds going to the Junior Shooters program, I believe. Okay, and so you saw that.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Yeah, it really turned out nice. So.
Yeah, and that will be, I think that's very generous on your part to do that. Again, I'd like to thank you for allowing us to help you out with the side match. And so I think that's a lot of fun. I think a lot of the shooters will enjoy going out there, getting to shoot your most advanced sniper rifle, and competing for some real money.
I've been very lucky to be involved in this over the years, and it's been very good to us, and it's just a real pleasure to be able to give something back.
Thanks for coming by, Denise. Appreciate you taking the time. I know you're busy. You've got 322 shooters out here. They're all having a great experience. And they're having a great experience because you and JJ have put in a lot of work. So tell us a little bit about the great experience they're having.
Well, JJ and I started almost 6 weeks ago planning and setting up the stages. They're about 10 miles apart from stage 1 to stage 9. JJ and I both walk in the mountains and look for places we think are interesting to shoot in. We're starting to know the place down here at the Whittington Center, and we just find places. This year, JJ was looking on Google Maps and found a gully on the map. And we spent 2 hours traipsing around there finding the gully in real life, and our pistol stage is in there.
All right, this is probably one of the most exciting 3-gun events that we have the opportunity of filming. And I know that you and JJ put in a lot of very hard work creating these stages. You like that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, and so tell us a little bit about, let's go through the stages. Tell me what you have done in terms of your creativity this year for 322 shooters.
Well, we asked a friend of ours that shoots locally to design a special target for us for stage 1. I asked him 6 weeks ago, Rocky Mountain targets, and so he made us a paddle wheel so the shooters would have something more interesting going on stage 1.
How many of the 3-gun do you get to shoot a year?
I've pretty much hit almost every major 3-gun matches, but you add in all the precision long-range matches, I've got about 27 major matches on my match schedule this year.
So that's a pretty busy schedule.
Pretty busy. I utilize all my own vacation time. I'm flying after work on Friday, utilizing my weekends to come out and shoot, taking red-eye flights home, get enough sleep, go to work. And so I'm spending about 3 days a week, 4 days shooting, and maybe 3 days at home with my family.
The thing is, he takes his personal, so he goes all over the country and competes. And that's what I like to see.
Now this is the 10th anniversary, so
yes.
Tell me, have you been doing this for all 10 years?
I have. We were not running it all 10 years. We started running it in 2007, so this is our 6th, but it started in 2003. The guys who ran it in 2003, the Miller brothers, they ran the last Social Fortune match here.
Right.
And then that was 2002. And so Rocky Mountain started in 2003.
Shooters will be right back with the Rocky Mountain 3-gun. Welcome back to the Rocky Mountain 3-Gun. Here at the long range, and Curtis has just finished shooting. So let's ask him, is that the first time you've shot one of JP's rifles?
As in JP's bolt action, yes, that'd be the first time. I've owned 2 JP gas rifles, which I've used in 3-gun for the last 3 years, which are absolutely brilliant, and I probably wouldn't shoot any other gas rifle 3-gun at all.
So you're pretty pleased with the rifle?
Yes, I am, sir. It's got a pretty light trigger. Definitely great for long-range competitions, for targets out to even, I believe the Buffalo's out to 1100, even though I missed it by a little bit. First time shooting at that distance with that type of rifle.
Okay, we're going to interview a couple of more shooters here.
Yeah. 116-254.
Ken Anderson just got up from shooting one of JP's rifles. What did you think of it?
Oh, I thought it was awesome. First time I'd shot one of those, nice trigger. I did miss one, but my hold was off, but the rest of them I hit out to, I believe it was 1,100 yards.
Yeah, okay, so you hit the buffalo?
Yep, hit the buffalo. Hit everything. I missed the IPSC, but it was my hold.
Okay. So tell me something about JP rifles that impress you.
Very smooth action. I like the modular style stock that you can put accessories on.
Yeah, right.
It's got a nice free float barrel. It's very
What
nice.
is your personal rifle?
Depends what it's for. I've got a lot of them.
All right. So what did you bring to the match?
I like 364 Model 70s up to the new Coopers and some of the custom shop Remingtons.
Okay, Ken, it sounds like you do a lot of this.
Fair amount.
Fair amount. Okay, where are you from?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. So you flew down?
No, we drove down.
You drove down? Okay. Well, have you been here before?
This is my 4th year at the Rocky.
So this is a regular for you.
Yep.
So let's go stage 2. Tell me a little bit about that.
Stage 2 is a 3-gun stage, and it's some choices, so you have to think about what you're good at. There's some targets you have to shoot with your pistol, some you have to shoot with your shotgun, and some you have to shoot with your rifle. But all the paper, you have to choose whether you're going to shoot it with your pistol or your rifle. And all the little steels, you have to choose whether you're going to shoot it with birdshot or your pistol. Okay. And so you have to figure out how it works for you. So far, I think I was talking to Scott a little while ago, the RO on that stage, and there were probably 5 general different ways that people are choosing to go about doing the
Okay, so the shooter has some options when he goes into this to manage that particular stage.
Well, and to work to their strengths.
Right.
You know, some people are really good at running fast, and some people are good at pulling the trigger fast. So they have to decide, is it better to run or try to run on the move and all that stuff.
Here! Hit! 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 101, 27,
111,
101, 27.
I'm sorry.
101.
Shooters will be right back.
I like to blame this on the altitude.
I'm looking.
Welcome back to the Rocky Mountain 3-Gun. Shooters, let's go out and have a look at the stages.
Seven is our think. Every single target on the stage, there's 42 targets there. You can shoot at either.
42.
Yep. It's about probably 80-yard run, and you can shoot every one with either your pistol or your shotgun. Some of them have to be slugs or birdshot, and it's your choice.
We've got some ammo management here.
Ammo management, and it's totally your choice. So far, they say people are shooting it lots of different ways, which was our goal. Sometimes you set up something that you want people to have to make choices, and everybody makes the same choice. And you're like, dang, that wasn't what we wanted to do. This one, I saw a bunch of people come back, and they're like, I wish I'd shot it a different way. And we're like, that's what we wanted. You have to. There's slug gongs. There's gongs that you can shoot with slugs or pistol. There's paper that you can shoot with slugs or pistol. There's clays that you can shoot with birdshot or pistol. And then there's little steel targets that you can shoot with birdshot or pistol, and that has the star. Yeah, give or take.
So that's 42, including the star.
Yep, including the star, and then there's the Pyramid of Doom. There's no shoots in it. It's a little pyramid, and there's some shoot targets, but there's no shoots in the middle. So if you're a little crazy, then you're in trouble.
Okay, so there's a lot of ammo being used.
Yes. A lot of ammo being used, and sometimes if you're not so good, more.
Yeah.
Hit! Is clear, slide forward, hammer down. 95.30.
8 is the pistol run.
Okay.
Pistol gully run. We thought it was a little short. We like to try to keep people at about a minute, the really good shooters. So we thought it was a little short, so right before the staff shoot, you start like you're a prisoner of war, your fingers laced behind your head, and there's 2 targets right behind you, and you duck for cover behind the wall. Originally I said run and hide behind the wall, but the Marines took issue with that. So we took cover behind the wall, and then you have to shoot those 2 targets unsighted. There's a hole in the wall, and you have to shoot around it. So you're not being able to look at your sights. You have to know kind of how your gun's held and stuff like that. And then you run up the gully and shoot 20 paper and 11 steel with your pistol.
Wow. On the move.
On the move. Well, you don't have to move. You can take all day. It's okay.
Yeah, it's a timed event, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Shooters, we'll be right back with more from the Rocky Mountain 3-Gun. Shooters, there's a lot more to the Whittington Center than just gun ranges. Let's go inside the visitor center and let me show you what they have. This is probably something I did not realize was here. I've been into the store part, and I'll show you that on the way out. But this is the museum part, and they have a huge collection of items here, which I was totally unaware of. Definitely make a point of stopping in the museum. I can't even begin to tell you everything that is in here. Colt large frame lightning rifle. There's history on individuals here. The Trigicon has a whole display in here. History of the Southwest Law and Order, showing spurs and pistols and rifles. It's a well-done museum. Petite, boutique, I think would probably be what they would call it. But for what it has, there is a ton of Western history here, and well worth your time to come in and look at. And they have things that, you know, outside of going to the NRA, probably not going to see a lot of these guns displayed quite as nicely as they are here. And they run from very old to very new. Here's a Barrett Model 82A1. Tell us your name again, sir.
Robbie Roberts.
Okay, Robbie, how long you been here?
About 10 years.
About 10 years. Okay, you're responsible for setting up these displays?
Yes, I'm kind of the assistant director, librarian, and museum curator, all rolled into one.
Yeah, well, that's a big job.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah, okay. How many guns do you actually have here?
We've probably got 350, 400 guns in here.
And they range from being the oldest, which would have been...
Back in the 1600s, and the purpose behind the museum is to tell the history of this part of New Mexico through the firearms. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we go back to the early conquistador days with some of their early firearms, all the way up through the modern firearms, of course.
Right. We saw the Barrett over there in the corner.
Yes, yeah, that's
How does that fit in with New Mexico history?
We shoot a lot of them here.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now, this museum has been here for how long?
It's about 4 years old. We opened it about 4 years ago, thanks to the graciousness of Frank Brownell. He's the one. He's a good friend of the Whittington Center, and he's the one who really made this museum happen.
Okay. If I had to tell the audience to see a particular display, which one would you take me to?
We got several in here. Just to kind of give you an idea of the way it's set up right now is this is New Mexico Centennial. So most of our big displays are set up based on events in New Mexico history. So we've got some pretty interesting guns there. I don't know if you've seen it out in the lobby, the Gatling gun out. And this is a 1895 Colt Gatling gun. It was made by Colt. It's a Spanish-American War era gun. And it was chambered in 30-40 Craig, primarily because that was the rifle at the time, was the old Craig rifles. Mm-hmm. So these guns were chambered in 30-40 Craig. And they took about 6 of these guns to Cuba with them during the Spanish-American War. And it had quite an impact. It's a terrifying weapon if you're on the receiving end.
Yeah, I was just wondering, Robbie, had it been used in war before, had it got into some engagements beforehand, or was... I'm not sure the history on it.
Well, the Gatling gun was actually invented right at the end of the Civil War. And it was primarily, at those times, chambered in the old 45-70 government. Yeah. The Army was not big on it, and they didn't really adopt it. Any of the guns that were used during the Civil War were actually bought by private soldiers, right, and used in the Army. Right. But the Army never really adopted them, especially that early. Because And it was the same reason they didn't adopt repeating rifles. They thought it was a waste of ammunition.
So it may have been involved, this particular Gatling gun may have been in some engagement after the Civil War.
Yeah. If the gun was used during conflict, it was the Spanish-American War over in
so
Cuba.
it would probably introduced in the Spanish-American War.
It's a Spanish-American War era gun.
Okay.
And whether it was ever deployed to Cuba, we have no way of knowing. But it may have been.
And how did you get this?
This is actually part of a private collection that's going to come to the Whittington Center when the gentleman passes on. He's owned this gun for a long time, and we finally talked him into letting us borrow it to bring it up and put it on display.
Part of an endowment thing
exactly.
for him, right?
Exactly.
Well, that's very generous of him. It's a wonderful display.
Oh, it's a neat, and it's a functioning gun.
It is a functioning gun.
Yes, it does work.
Shooters, thank you for joining us this year at the Whittington Center here in Raton, New Mexico for the Rocky Mountain 3-gun. We enjoyed this. We hope that you have too. We had the opportunity this year of sponsoring an event here at the 3-gun, and we've had an opportunity of going through the museum, and we hope that you will take time to come by the Whittington Center, see the museum, bring your guns with you, and have a good time.